What up, what up, what up? Um, so in this video, I wanted to explain, because I noticed that I haven't uploaded a video of explaining what my plans are, my motives, um, why is it that I'm living the way that I'm living off grid in an RV. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go into. Um, so just a little bit of background. Um, I do a lot of trades as a side on a lot of like exchanges. That's what I do. So I get something that it's a value of me. I use it for whatever time, and then when I want to upgrade or no longer have any use of it, then I'll try to switch it for something that I need at the time, or maybe something that's considered an upgrade. Um, and that's what that's what I continue to do. I just keep on exchanging and exchanging. Um, so I do that with my motorcycles a lot, and but it's not just specifically just my motorcycles. I do that with pretty much anything that I got. If I could see that I could upgrade, I could do a trade for it, then I do it. Other examples would be well, a Nintendo Switch that I got for $200. I exchanged it for a laptop, Samsung laptop, that is like touchscreen, and then it you could pretty much make it into a tablet too. And then other example would be my gas generator. I traded that for a solar generator, the Duracell one, and it came included with the Renogy solar panel. Um, and then yeah, other exchanges. So it's not just specifically motorcycles. I pretty much anything. Um, but yeah, so I started off. Well, I used to have a 2007 Lexus IS 250 four-door sedan, little sport vehicle, 6 cylinder, and that one I remember I negotiated the price down to 1,500 on OfferUp. I got it pre-owned, about 165,000 miles, maybe somewhere around there. 168,000 miles, clean title, pink slip in hand, tax were current, and and it was in good working condition. It just had like cosmetic issues, which I pretty much fixed up. Got it for $1,500, and I had it for like a whole year and a month. And then the head gasket pretty much messed up, and then I couldn't afford at the time to repair it, so I decided just to sell it. I remember it left me stranded. I had to get it towed, and within 4 days, I sold it for 1,100. So I bought it for 1,500. I got to use it for a whole year and a month. Sold it for 1,100, and that's in a condition that it wasn't really running anymore. Let me just take my hot pockets out real quick. Having it all day. It's already late in the afternoon. Yeah, back to where I was at. So yeah, so I sold it for 1,100, and at the time I got a check of $900 cash. So with that cash, the 1,100 and 900 combined it for to have 2 grand. So I really needed the car. It was I was having trouble, just getting to places, and so I'm like, all right, I got to find a car that's 2 grand or less. Even if it's speed up, as long as it takes me to point A to point B, that's all I care about. I don't really care about the looks and or anything else right now. I just want a working vehicle. And yeah, so that's when I found the car, negotiated the price as well, and I brought it down to 2,000, exactly 2,000. So it really left me with nothing. And it was for a 2002 Acura MDX Touring Edition SUV, 4x4 all-wheel drive, and yeah, and it was good. It was like about the same, 170,000 miles, clean title, pink slip in hand, tags were current, and it was a six cylinder vehicle, and it just had cosmetic issues. What the paint job was fading and peeling off. Um, Little like the seats were torn up and just cosmetic issues. And so I fixed that up as well. I did the paint job myself, and I fixed the cosmetic issues, and then made it look like a nice new vehicle. And every time I do cosmetic like repairs on my own, um, I pretty much just go to the junkyard. That's what I did today actually with the car that I have right now. I just went to the junkyard and got the parts that I needed, just to cheap out, save a lot of money, and yeah. So that's what I did. Sorry about that. That's what I did. Anyways, so I did that, fix it up, and then after I fix it up, um, that's when sorry, I lost my train of thought. uh, that's that's when I decided to make another trade, a final trade. So at that point, I was thinking about just my future. You know, I've been renting since I started getting charged rent at 17, my senior year in high school. I was 2 months shy from being 18 and graduating. But that's when I started getting charged rent. At 18, I was technically on my own. I was no longer living at home. I was just on my own. Um, and, and I'm an old man, so it's been over a decade. Yeah, it's been a while, and I've just been renting. Hopping from room to room, renting from so many places. Dealing with the issues with landlords. There's a lot of policies and regulations, and the rent price elevating, and you're still getting the same thing. And there's a lot, just too many restrictions. No pets allowed, no visitors, and at that point, I'm like, man, you work hard to pay, you know, your rent and everything, and then you still it's like you don't really feel comfortable because there's so many rules even after paying rent and everything. So I'm like, I got tired of it. I got tired of the drama, the issues, and I'm like, well, I would like to own something, but I pretty much earn minimum wage, and yeah, and I was trying to considering other states, that are cheaper, like Texas or something, Arizona. But then that's when my nephew and my niece came in the picture, and I'm close to them, so it wasn't realistic no more. I'm not trying to go out of states and then not be able to see them easily and as often. So that's when I'm like, nah, I got to stay in Cali. As expensive as Cali is, I got to stay here now because they're in the picture, and I'm definitely not trying to miss out. So. But yeah, the prices, the house market right here in Cali, man, what's crazy? It's like a regular house, even in the ghetto, it's like 500K average price, starting price. Maybe if you find one that's beat up and everything and needs a lot of work, you could get it for 350K. But you're still gonna be investing a lot, to fix that house up, and then and it's not in a decent area too, and then it's just exaggerated the way that I see it. Yeah, it's unrealistic. So that's when I'm like, mobile homes, and I used to rent rooms inside of mobile homes, two of them, and I remember it was pretty decent. It almost looked like a regular home. Um, but yeah, I remember on one occasion I was living with an elderly couple. They're already retired and everything. I can't remember how that conversation was brought up. The conversation was brought up about them owning the house, but they still needed to rent the rooms out, because they couldn't afford to pay for it. So I'm like, I was so confused. I remember being confused because I'm like, how do you not afford to pay for a house that's already paid for? Like, what's there to pay for? The house is already yours. I'm not understanding. But that's when they told me, it's like, they're like, yeah, you own the house. The house is already belongs to them. It's their house. But the space that the house is on in the gated community, that space doesn't belong to them. So they got to pay rent for that space because the house is on top of that space. So it's not on their own land. So, and the space can never be purchased. It just belongs to whoever charges rent for the spaces. And then that's when I'm like, man, so that defeats the purpose of buying that house, because it's like you basically don't have ownership to your home. you can never own the land. So what's the point? Like, what's the point of purchasing a house if if you're forever gonna be paying rent anyways because of the space that it's on, you know? And what happens if you don't pay, rent for the space for whatever reason you can't afford it at one time, you lose your job or whatever situation happens, what then? That's when you gotta get your mobile home and put it elsewhere. Otherwise it's gonna um I don't know, I guess it's gonna be repossessed, or it's gonna be taken over by the agency that owns that space, and now the property is gonna belong to them. Your house is gonna belong to them, your mobile home. I don't know how that works out, but basically there's just yeah, you're pretty much screwed. So that's when I realized to myself, I'm like, yeah, it defeats the purpose of buying a mobile home then. The only way I could see it suitable is if you already own land, and you put your mobile home in your land, and they're both owned by you, then you're good. But then you have to, it's like it's just a separate expense. You got to buy the land and everything. So I'm like, you know what, that's not, yeah, it's just too much. So that's when I thought an actual mobile home that's mobile, and that's when I went with the RV. So with the Acura MDX, it was really reliable. I fixed it up. I fixed up the cosmetic issues and everything, and I had it for a short period of time, probably like a month and a half, something like that. And yeah, it was reliable. And so I found somebody that had this RV, and it's a nice RV. It has the slides out, as you can see right there in the top. It has two slides out on this side, which is the left side, the whole entire left side. Let me just showcase. So all this extends out, starts from all the way back here. As you can see, it goes out, all of that, and all this right here becomes the floor. So then, yeah, it becomes way more spacious. And then on the back side, on the right side, the closet, that's a closet right there. It moves out, so there's walking space around my bed. And so yeah, so it's a really good RV. And then I negotiated, and man, I got so lucky because I bought that car for $2,000. I fixed it up myself. I had it for about a month and a half, and I got this RV in good running condition, clean title, pink slip in hand, low miles. Well, it had like 48,000. I think it has 49,000 now. So yeah, and everything working good. The only thing that's been missing is just the Cadillac converter, like the mid pipe in the middle. Not the whole entire Cadillac converter, but just the part in the middle, like the little pipe. But yeah, and that was it. And and yeah, so I'm like, all right, I was gonna go move the RV into an RV park, assuming that it was gonna be. I didn't do my entire research, I got too excited, and I just started assuming that it was gonna be a lot cheaper than paying regular rent for an apartment or whatever. And then that's when I quickly realized, I was talking at the city that I was living at the time when I got the RV. There's an RV park at a nice area. I called, and they told me, sure enough, like, yeah, we got space. The starting price is $1,300, no, $1,200. And you got all the amenities included, all the hookups, water, electricity, sewer. And I'm like, but if you want to have more space, then the price is gonna go up. But yeah, the starting price is $1,200 though. Man, so I thought I was exaggerating. So I started calling in some other places, and I called a bunch of RV parks, and it looked like the average price was like $1,300. So that's when I'm like, man, that defeats the purpose of getting the RV then. It's pretty much like paying rent at an apartment. Might as well go get an apartment if I'm gonna be paying that much money. Like might as well get an apartment. So I thought, man, it completely defeated the purpose of getting it. So at that point, that's when I'm like, is it possible that I could live in it without having to be at an RV park? Is it possible that I could create my own resources without being hooked up? And that's when I started doing a lot of research, did my homework, and started looking into solar panels, found out about the solar generators, learned how to connect them, how to install the panels and everything, the solar system, starting and looking, researching into how the RV works with the whole the gray tanks and the black tanks, and how to drain them and where to go, and how to make the water system work by activating the water pump, and pretty much everything. I started doing my research for everything, and then and here, fast forward to now, I put in a lot of work into my RV. I invested money into it. The solar panels, the solar generators, everything, the lithium iron phosphate battery. I pretty much did all the work. The solar fridge slash ice maker, the solar AC slash heater. So it's been an investment, and it's been a lot of work that I put into it, and but it's already working. I already got it fully set up. So at this point, the reason why I started, I just went off grid. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna live in the street, but I'm gonna have all the resources available to me, so I could be able to pretty much live on. And I'm like, that's when I realized, if I do that, that means that I'm not gonna be paying rent no more. So that's gonna speed up my saving process. I'm just gonna be accumulating all my money, and it's just gonna be at a faster, speed. So that's when I realized that it's a really good idea, and that's what I did. So I got solar cameras all around the RV too, outside, so I could have security, and people could see that there's cameras, so they don't try to mess with my RV too. I try to locate a decent area, and yeah, so I did my homework for everything, and then now I'm at the point where I'm just, the RV's already fully modified and fixed up. So now it's just about saving the money now. I already invested in everything that I needed to invest in the RV to make it like habitable and everything, with the resources. Now it's about just starting to stack up that money, save it for that property, for that land. But right now, I recently lost my job, so bad timing, but at least I got everything. I was taking it serious. All the money that I was accumulating, I wasn't wasting on things, unnecessary things. It was just going to my RV, and it worked out. So now it's just I'm trying to look for work, even do overtime, just do crazy amount of work, so I could just stack up my money quick and just try to save up for that property, for that land. And so yeah, those are my ideas. Once I get the land, I'm gonna drive in my RV in my own property, in my land, and I'm gonna extend this time. I'm gonna extend my RV to the way how it should be, with the slides out, and then continue to live in it, and now begin to save up for what's next, which would be the modular home. Not a mobile home, but a modular home, which is the new thing now. It's kind of like a mobile home in a way, but not exactly. So that's my plan afterwards, and then after I get the modular home, start installing the hookups, the electricity, the septic, the water system, and everything, and return to school. Finish what I started, which was my try to get a AA degree. I pretty much I'm almost done with it. I just need one more class to complete my general ed, which is math class, and then the rest is just gonna be on my major courses, whatever I decide to major in, and that's pretty much it. It's just math class, and then all the other classes that I took. I even took classes to transfer to a Cal State UC. I already completed all those courses too. So it's just really just math class and major courses that I got to take, and then so for me to get my AA. So yeah, those are my plans. That's my idea. That's what I thought of, and that's the reason why I'm living off grid and inside an RV, to save up for land at a faster speed. And yeah, those are my plans, and that's it for the video. Hopefully that's maybe gives an idea to somebody else, and maybe it sparks an idea, like, what, actually that is a good idea. Maybe I could do this myself. Who knows? Maybe it could, or maybe it's just a interesting, entertaining the I guess story that I just explained or whatever on my experience. Um, and I don't know, maybe it could help. I don't know, but that's it. That's it for the video. I've been trying to upload more videos recently, but I haven't been able to do so because my internet modem from Metro, it messed up suddenly, unexpectedly, and then Metro has been, they've been sketchy, like giving me like more defective modems that are even more messed up than the original modem because I'm under warranty, and it's just been a mess. So that's been delaying my whole posting, being able to post and make videos because the lack of internet. But yeah, you know, that's it. That's it for this video. Peace out. Have a good day, and yeah, just take care. Peace.